my two eyes try to see the way the world turned what happened to me. It's not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
Ready?
You're on.
I'm on?
Yeah.
Ah, thanks for the warning. Hey, how y'all doing, baby? It is Thursday. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting. I'm so glad y'all are here, baby. By the way, I need your mouse over here.
Yeah, I'll get it. Give me
Okay.
a second.
All right, never mind. Anyway, I'm glad y'all are here. Cheryl Cashman was the first one to jump in on Periscope. It's always good to see you there, Cheryl. Thank you very much. Dorothy Tyndall was there. Is here. Jake Clayton and Stephanie Dean are there, but their oldest dog, Duncan, is pretty sick. So we need to make Stephanie. I know how that feels, darling. My old dog. What happened to my voice? My old dog, Emma, is. Yeah, it's heartbreaking, baby. But the love that that dog gives you and you give that dog, it's you can't find that love anywhere else. Well, maybe Jay's got a little bit in him. I don't know. I know I got some in for my wife. Anyway, Sherry P is here. Oddly Wired, our poet. Dahlia Barrera, Randy Peterson. Woo, pig, buddy. Dwayne Twizzle. Michael James, you all right? Yeah. All right. Michael James is here. The Remixtress is with us. Larry Ian is here. I'm so glad. Let me scroll my thing up here. Pat Hunter, Miss Linda, how you doing, Mary Ellen? Dolores Grant, Gary Spring, Adina Michael, Phantom Kimishita, our own Janelle is here. Lioness Linda Collins is here, thank you. Sue Bingle, Linda Taylor Gallup, Jane Shanky, who has been with us for so long, Valerie Wood Rosato, we're glad you're here. Dennis Utenheimer, my friend over there on Liker. When I wouldn't want to like her. Glad to see you, Dennis. Gary, let me see. I'm skipping here. Bernadette Pre, thank you for being here, baby. Let me go ahead and get down here to the messages where we are. Just Coggins, Pepsi Max, Sparky Dunk. Hey, Sparky, man. Let's kick off right there. I was so tickled yesterday when I got a message on Facebook there and on my messenger there that Robin Kincaid, who we have been visiting for years over there, and Sparky Dunk, that is Robin's producer, sort of, and we've been over there for years, and all of a sudden I got a message just saying Robin Kincaid was going to be on MSNBC last night. Well, boy, howdy shit, I told y'all I wanted to get done, and sure enough shit, I plopped myself in front of that TV and went through the broadcast and everything, and then when they got to the part, sure enough shit, there's Robin Kincaid and some fella, I don't know who he was, not important. Robin Kincaid there being interviewed by Chris Hayes on MSNBC. I was proud for her. I'm just tickled to death. A voice in rural West Virginia. You know, you end up on MSNBC. That's a hell of an accolade. So kudos to Robin, and I'm going to go by there tomorrow and visit on the front porch tomorrow and congratulate the shit out of her. It made my day to see her on there. Anyway, what's going on today? Well, the House passed the Equality Act today by a vote of 224 to 206, with three Republicans joining the Democrats to pass it through the House. This amends the 1964 Civil Rights Act to include LGBTQ rights. 57 years after the Civil Rights Act, only now are we still fighting for LGBTQ people to have the same rights as everybody else. And it's as usual, a vicious fight because nasty people get involved. But one of them was our own Cucumber Lady. The Cucumber Lady put out a sign. Marjorie Taylor Greene, the newly elected congresswoman out of Georgia's, I think it's 14th district, don't hold me to that. Anyway, being the good little cucumber that she is, she put a sign outside her door. And the sign read, "There are only two genders, male and female. Trust the science." Okay, we know where she stands, although that has nothing to do with the issue. Who are you to decide who is male or female? You're going to go around checking? Marjorie going to go out there and start lifting up pants or something, or peering down pants, see, like, let's see who's who? No, she's not going to do that. She just wants to raise a stink. But the problem was that her office that she put that sign out of is right across the hall from Illinois' Representative Marie Newman, who has a trans daughter. That's who they are. There were only 3 Republicans to join the Democrats in agreeing that LGBTQ people have the rights to the same civil rights as everybody else. The right not to be discriminated against for who they are. So we still got a ways to go because it just passed the House. We're going to get it into the Senate, but we now have a more friendly Senate. Let's see how many Republican senators don't believe that LGBTQ people should have equal rights as everybody else. What plays in there. I just thought I wanted to point that out as the disgusting way people like the Cucumber Lady are going to handle this. They're going to pull out their religion and their Bible and all this stuff and try to beat you over the head with it. And that's what they do. But we must stand fast because we as in we the people, believe our Constitution when it says that we have equal rights for all. We the people. And that is all of us. Anyway, what else is going on? Well, we got to worry about maggots, militias and maggots and stuff. The House investigation on the January 6th insurgency has been going on. And I was caught today by a statement by the U.S. Capitol Police Chief Pittman. Her first name, I can't remember her first name. But she said that the militias, when responding, they want the congressman wanted to know when the fencing is going to come down around the Capitol. When we're going to be able to go back to normal here. And the chief of the Capitol Police responded that there is still an ongoing threat and that militias, the same people involved in the January 6th insurrection, still want to do an action and blow up the Capitol, killing as many lawmakers as they can on when Joe Biden addresses the joint session during the State of the Union address. So there is still a threat out there from this. To what degree? To how far are they going to take this? The insurrection is one thing on January 6th, but when you start planning that shit again, we have some serious problems in this country, and they need to be addressed. And anyway, yeah, the threat is still there. Anyway, Republicans being who they are, they're continuing with their advancement on voting rights, trying to deny voting rights again. Georgia, Arizona, and Iowa are all putting forth legislation to restrict the voting rights, making it harder for poor people and people who live in communities of color to vote, because that's the way they cheat their ass off. And in other news, the New York prosecutors have Donnie's taxes in hand. Anyway, I'm distracted again. Bill Jones, how are you, my friend?
I'm sure glad they got a hold of those taxes. Isn't that nice?
Yes, they got the other guy's taxes now. Not that we'll get to see them, just that
the right people got them. I trust Mr. Vance and those folks up in New York. They're going to do the right thing, buddy.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the charges that are going to come out of that, because I have a feeling it's going to deal a whole lot in their financial and their tax records and how they claim this or claim that. So we're gonna have some more entertainment coming out of the Donnie pretty soon.
I hear you. I was watching a clip on Ring of Fire this afternoon after I got done with my work. By the way, I apologize for not being around on Tuesday. It looks like Thursdays are going to be my day to come on.
You're welcome to come on anytime, Bill.
Tuesdays we're just turning into crazy for me. When I put on chat last night that Monday morning I was fortunate enough to get lucky and get called, and I actually got my first COVID shot on Monday.
Outstanding.
I was happy about that.
I got the
notice. I just got to get the second one in my arm.
Yeah. Well, I got notified that our CVS might be getting them soon, and that's probably where I'll get mine. And tickled to death for anybody that's getting shot with a needle nowadays.
Well, and the good news is he's had what is Mr. Biden our president? God, it's been nice having president. Anyway, he's been in office 37 days. He made a promise that we'd have 100 million shots by his first 100 days. Well, guess what? He's 37 days in, and yesterday we hit 50 million, folks.
Halfway there already.
I think he's doing pretty damn good.
I'd say that's a pretty good job. Yeah.
I'm thinking he's doing a pretty good job.
Isn't it refreshing to have an administration that really attempts to try to do something correctly?
Somebody that wants to help America.
Yes.
Go figure, man.
Yeah, not just in it for a little dime for himself, but man, yes, I'm glad to see it. There, I was tickled to death to get that message today, and it gives me hope that I'll get one pretty soon.
I got to know that I get my prescription at the local Walgreens, and they sent me an email yesterday afternoon, said that every week on Tuesday they would be opening up things, so if you want to call in and get your shot, you can. And I just sent them a quick email response back. Well, thank you very much for advising me, but I got mine through the hospital on Monday, but I will pass the word around. So
outstanding.
I think it's good. Apparently now they're going to be opening up the floodgates with the Johnson & Johnson.
The Johnson & Johnson.
As soon as they get the thing, they have what'd they say, 5 million ready to go?
Yeah, they got a bunch. I know.
Yeah.
Day one, they said they'll be able to crank them right out. Actually, I'll take whatever I get, but I hope I get that one, because it's a one-time shot, and there you go, you're done.
I think their less is one regular shot.
Yeah. Well, that's great news.
That's good news. We got some good news, and we had a couple of more. We had some confirmations this week in the Senate. We're getting there. I want to get Mr. Garland wrapped up, though. That's the important one.
Yeah, I want to see Merrick Garland, Department of Justice. I want to see them start doing their job. See what happens.
Buddy.
Anyway, Bill, thank you. And David, how are you doing?
Hey, John, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. And you?
I don't know. I was just reading this story before the show started about what Rand Paul did today.
Oh, Lord. Pray tell, what did Rand Paul do today?
Well, while questioning the first, oh man, my brain's going blank on me. Dr. Levine, one of the first transgender members to ever seek congressional approval. Rand Paul had to ask her if she supported children seeking genital mutilation, to quote him. And I just think Rand Paul needs more neighbors.
Genital mutilation.
That's how he put it.
That's how he put it.
On the same day that the cucumber lady puts out this sign, I mean, this is the party of nothing for the people. They really don't have an agenda except hate.
That's it.
Hate
That's
fear.
all. That's all. And they'll use any weapon. Like I said, they'll pull out that Bible tomorrow and beat you in the head with it. This is what the Lord said. Boom, 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 boom.
They don't follow half of it. They ignore the majority of it. I mean, the Bible talks a whole lot more about hypocrites than it does about being gay or abortion or anything like that.
Yeah, Leviticus. That's all they got to hang on to, just Leviticus. And if they go by Leviticus,
Anyway,
get that
I'm
freaking
doing
shrimp
okay.
out of your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, and stop wearing that cotton blend outfit you got on, because that's a stoning offense.
That's a stone. Yeah, well, that's a stone your ass. Anyway, Johnny Fly, how are you, my friend?
Dude, I'm doing good. How are you, sir?
I am doing fine. So, what do you
think of that vote?
I was gonna ask you, what do you think of the vote on equality? You think we'll get it through the Senate now? Yeah.
That's the problem. Let's hope it goes through the Senate. Do you know how many years we've been fighting that stuff?
57.
Trying to get it through? And and you know who's been fighting it, don't you? It's never the Democrats. It's always the Republicans, just like Dave said.
Yeah.
They're the party of no. They're the party of evil as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. And, I wanted to mention, I don't know if you heard what Mitch Boy said tonight, Moscow Mitch.
No, I haven't heard what he said.
He was asked a question. Well, when you hear, he was asked the question, if Donald Trump is the nominee for president for 2024, will you back him up? Will you vote? Oh, absolutely. That's exactly what Mitch said. After what he said, after the impeachment vote and whatever, but he's still going to support him.
There is no honor amongst thieves.
This is the reason why the Republican Party is the way it is.
Yeah.
They've embraced it. They've embraced being hypocrites as a virtue.
Yes.
Exactly.
Party of lies.
You can just look at every one of them and see the drastic change that has come over in the last decade. This is Lindsey Graham being probably one of the most preeminent flip-flopping, him and Ted Cruz, who are out in the open, from hating his ass, and he's a real asshole, to they can't get their tongue up far enough his ass.
I told you they need super glue.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Hey, TW, how are you?
Oh, I'm all right. I just think they all need super glue because they're kissing Donnie's ass again.
They might as well stick on there. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And
they can all follow them around like a bunch of dogs.
S.C. Smith, how are you?
You know what?
I'm doing good, John. How are you, Travis?
Good.
Doing fair.
How you doing, Travis? Good to hear. Good to hear. So yeah, I'm doing good. Just got through with dinner, and so I'm pulling up to the table and joining the conversation.
There you go.
So.
Well, we got a full table then. I'm glad everybody's here. You want to say something, Johnny?
I was, but I have one of those squirrels again.
Ah, you got caught by the squirrel. Can't remember what the shit it was now.
Oh, it was something about the Republican Party. I don't know. It's sad.
What
old age is a bitch.
There's only a few.
Yeah.
There's only a handful of Republicans that I have seen that are willing to stand up for the traditional Republican values that they had before.
And the shocker is, John?
Huh?
The rest of the Republican Party is turning against them.
Yes. Yep. They are throwing
their own.
They're jumping ship.
Smack under the bus.
That's what I wanted.
I loved that yesterday with Liz Cheney up there after McCarthy.
After Kevin McCarthy's up there trying to suck up Donnie's butt, Liz Cheney, at least she has guts.
Yeah, no shit.
Anyway.
And on that high note, and they went one direction and she went the other direction.
Ain't it the truth?
So,
but you know what?
What?
Here's what I wanted to say. It's like, how's Donnie going to be able to run for president if he's in prison?
Well, we're hoping that question will be answered. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
He's going to. Right now, I think like Marcia and I were talking earlier, he's making money. As long as he says he's still in the ball game and still, I'm fighting the fight. They stole it all from us, and we're going to do this. He's raising money, hand over fist. Merchandising, they go out and buy a sign or a flag or whatever it is, and that's Donnie making money. Donnie needs that money.
John,
he's got to have a lot of fines here pretty quick. Go ahead.
If he pulls it off, I think the only thing that will take it out, and I don't like saying it this way, but it's the truth. It'll probably be the Grim Reaper would have it. The only way to get rid of him.
Well, he's old,
I keep saying you just send him more hamburgers.
Yeah, send him more hamburgers.
Yeah, that's
He's going to go to CPAC this weekend on Sunday, and he's going to give his spill, and it's going to be the same old thing that they were robbed.
They stole it.
Yes, he's going to keep pushing the big lie
cheated.
and how we have to reform the voting system in America. I believe that's probably, you watch, is probably going to be one of the themes that's going to come out of CPAC this year is a fight to
everybody's going to listen in, right, John?
Oh, I am.
John, they were already talking about that in the Senate today. They were talking a little bit about that. They said, wow, we don't like it because the Democrats don't like this, and they're, it's always one way or the other, and you guys just want to do it your way, and it's like, you hypocrite bastards. You know what? Every time it comes up to you guys doing anything, we don't do a fucking thing, and we sit there and stand there and we just don't do anything. Now, I'm sorry.
We back up. Every time there's a Republican in there, things turn to shit. They come in, they rob the bank and leave, and then start talking about.
And I'm glad to see the My Pillow guy got served today.
Yep.
Did he?
Yep. He's got a little lawsuit there. He's got a lawsuit from that Smart Maddox or whatever it is.
$1 billion.
Yep.
$1 billion. Break him.
You got that much. You got that much money in pillows. Yeah, he kept on cranking out his damn lies, and if you can't say that shit unless it's true. The truth is a powerful, powerful, powerful freaking weapon. It is. My Pillow guy was out there lying through his ass. He can't back up what he said. So, according to lawyers who are looking at the cases, these scholarly people that teach that shit in school, it's a solid case. Pretty damn solid against all of them. Against Giuliani, against what's his name over there on Fox News.
I learned how to make my own damn pillow in home ec in seventh grade. He better learn how to do it that way, because that's all he's gonna have left when they're done with them.
I don't see a whole lot of difference between his pillow and any other pillow. Let me catch up here real quick. John Diddybag, who always poses great questions, donated $10 and said, "Here, where does the electricity go when you turn it off? Does it go to sleep? Do they charge you again for the same electricity tomorrow?" That's a good question.
Maybe the cucumber salad John. Lady. She knows everything else.
Well, it's that old question: Does a flashlight emit light, or does it suck in darkness?
Yeah.
Because if you leave batteries in there for a long time and use them, after a while you open it up and you see all that black gunk in there. It's probably the light right there. It's sucking in the nighttime. Anyway, Diana Mallory bequeather the gong donated $20 through Super Chat. Diana Mallory, thank you very much, darling. We appreciate that. And Karen Van Wyk,
thank you,
donated $5.
He's getting good.
And she says, "I love my bisexual son Noah, and anyone who has a problem with that can kiss both of our asses." Hey, throw my ass in there too. They can kiss my ass too.
Amen.
We'll line up and let them kiss all our asses, because it ain't none of their damn business.
Nope.
Well, it's such a sad.
We're not going to their house and saying, "Oh, that mistress we saw you with the other day." We're not doing that to them. So hey, they need to quit getting in our lives. There you go.
And I see. I seen that with Rand Paul today. It's not hard to want to kick his ass. I can understand.
You don't have to throw a rock far in the Congress or the Senate to hit a homophobe.
Well, you know what, John? That cucumber lady doing that thing with the sign, I saw that this morning. She is the most deplorable, pardon my language, bitch that I have ever seen.
Yeah. Watch your language around here. We don't fucking appreciate that shit, okay?
The sad news.
Well,
is they're going to get worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one thing that we really have to look at. With Donnie coming back into CPAC, making his little speech this week, yes, he is going to make an attempt to come back into politics, or either him or his son or his daughter or some Trump crap shit, is going to try to worm their way back into our politics. In the meantime, though, they're going to be kicking and looking at 22 and trying to rile up the MAGA crowd. And as we said before, 75 million of them voted for him. So that's a lot of votes.
And 81 million voted for
and
Biden.
these low integrity Republicans realize that. What was it? I can't remember the little. What did I have here? I have it marked here. What did it say? I told you my little book that Phantom Kimishima gave me. Screw calm and get angry. Resigned advice for hard times. And when I got from Aesop, he said, "We hang the petty thieves and appoint the great ones to public office."
Yep.
We hang the petty thief, but the greatest ones will rise to the top, baby. Isn't it sad? In the Republican Party, that's what we got over there. I'm just, to me, they're liars, cheats, thieves, two-faced.
I don't understand.
They have no integrity left.
I just still don't understand this. Why in the hell do they back him?
I think Donnie's got some shit on him. I swear, I don't know.
Jesus.
Donnie's got some shit on some people. I don't know. How could you get somebody like
with everything that moves?
A prominent politician like Ted Cruz or Lindsey Graham, somebody who's in the news a lot? How can you get somebody like that to totally throw their integrity, everything they ever said they were, in the trash, shit on it, piss on it, and throw it away for him, to praise him? There's got to be something going on there. I don't know what it is. I'm just saying.
Did you see that Republican think tank thing today on the Ring of Fire? There's a Republican think tank. They got think tanks everywhere. The Democratic ones, whatever. Anyway, the Republican Party think tank in D.C. came out today with an article, and Ring of Fire guy was talking about it, and he goes, "These people are crazy," and what they were saying is because of the permission that the Senate gave Mr. Trump by letting him go the first impeachment. The man told 30,000 lies, so lies have become the way of the Republican Party.
Indeed.
And what this has done with all the conspiracy theories, they said that people like Marjorie Taylor Greene are going to become moderates compared to the idiots we're going to get
that
soon.
We're going to come, that we see coming, yes.
I mean,
again, it's not about the issues, it's totally about attitude. If
the Repubs are saying this, I'm scared. I mean,
I'm worried.
The Repubs are saying their people are going to get nuts, man. I mean, if they think
especially
they're
when
you
when you put together the Capitol Police Chief telling Congress today that they're concerned about these maggots trying to blow up our Capitol on during the State of the Union.
Well, and
who are we dealing with?
Yesterday,
and they keep calling themselves patriots, by the way. Huh?
I agree. And the FBI said the same thing yesterday, too, that the white nationalist social media groups are going ballistic on this shit.
White supremacists.
So, yeah.
How about that, buddy? I got it.
You know what, John? I just wonder. We were raised with values when we were growing up. We were raised, treat everybody with respect. Of course, my parents are strict. Speak when you're spoken to and not before.
Well, when we say we, that's me and thee. Some people, because we have racists right now that the same age as me, I suspect that their childhood wasn't the same as mine.
But what I'd like to know, John, is where did these people in the Republican Party actually get their values? They can't be Christian values.
Why, sir, I have you say they are fine Christian people who get their values straight out of the good book, and you can't say they don't. You can't win that argument.
That's why they're all rich, homophobic, lie to your wife that we're going to have sex with this gal. We're going to be caught in the motel with the young boys because we're not gay, but bullshit.
Yeah, the lying drunk fornicator all of a sudden wants to know what the Bible has to say about gay marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no abortion, but you get your mistress pregnant.
Yeah. You need to go away for a while, and then we'll talk about it later, honey.
Well, Jesus never mentioned anything about anti-gay.
I just hate it when anybody brings their religion into a debate about the laws. Thomas Jefferson said it plainly: the separation between church and state is essential for a free and democratic society. That's a quote.
Yep.
You got it memorized.
You know what, John? May I say something real quick?
Sure.
I'm going to recommend a book. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I have it here, and I have a way to go in reading it. It's called The Founding Myth.
The Founding
Why
Myth.
Christian Nationalism? Yeah, Why Christian Nationalism is Un-American. It's written by Andrew L. Seidel, Seidel.
All right.
I'm telling you, I recommend it highly. And you can find him on YouTube too, Andrew Seidel. And he explains the whole thing, how this came to be and how this religious movement today, it's just not founded in the Bible. It's not, our nation was not a Christian nation.
No, we were a nation formed by people fleeing religious persecution.
Right.
You are guaranteed a right to worship as you want. Your religion is your business. Every American, there's 4,200 religions in the world.
I thought about this morning when I was sitting there watching Congress. First, they have the guy stand up, and the preacher or whatever, the reverend, he does this little spiel, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. I have no problem with that. No. But then you sit there and we pledge allegiance to the flag of the, and I'm like, I wanted somebody to yell out and say, lion sack of shit.
It's always their side over there, on the Republican side, and that get all upset. I know when I look down at my money and I see the words "In God We Trust," I think to myself, "Who's this we shit?" But I'm not gonna scream around and go, "This has got to be removed." It just
it was back in the day, but now it
was brought in. "In God We Trust" was brought in during the McCarthy era, when McCarthy was trying. This isn't our national motto is "E pluribus unum," out of many, one. During the 50s, when McCarthy was going after the Red Menace and everybody was a communist, and we're going to root them out and everywhere, and there was a blacklist and people got hurt and killed, until McCarthy was brought to shame for what he was doing. And now here we are. That here we are.
Yeah, here we are again.
If you I got carried off with a thought. I'm sorry, but that's they tap into that, and they want to demonize anything that they don't see as what their vision of whatever life should be. I don't know. I just get pissed. What the hell business is
like I said,
anybody's? What you do in your personal life anyway?
They're a bunch of hypocrites because they're sitting there. Well, you don't need to be having, sexual relationships. Hold it a minute.
Then don't.
Now I guarantee all you old bastards are having sex with somebody, and you're just not telling whoever it is.
It's what anybody's sexual preferences is their business. What there's.
But don't sit there and preach it out to everybody.
Well, it's where their minds go. Went right after just a while back ago, my wife saw a thing come across her feed from somebody that said, and it said, "Oh, here we go again, letting men go into the ladies' room so they can molest little girls." Really? That when you're talking about gender rights, that's where your mind goes. Oh, they're just a bunch of perverts. They're trying to get in there, and I know what they're going to do. I know this, Margaret. I can see it in my head. They're going to get in there and do nasty.
They know it so much. They know it so much that yet it's never happened.
It's never happened. It doesn't happen.
Exactly.
It's a ridiculous charge they have that they go off wacko with.
They've had transgender in the military. It's never went on in the military.
They've had transgender since the beginning of time.
Come on now. It's like you guys are just dealing with a stupid issue right now.
Well,
you know what?
It just goes to show you. Go ahead, Johnny. Play.
I was just gonna say, what used to piss me off is I hear this. Well, we don't want to know what your orientation is, what you do is your business. But then I would hear, like, especially at work, I'd hear things like, well, oh, so and so did this and that. Pardon the word, but faggot. They use faggot and queer.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to sit there and keep my mouth shut? I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, I can only imagine in your life, Johnny.
Yeah.
The discrimination that you put up with this shit. It's yeah, and it's all because of somebody else's problem, not your problem. It's their problem.
When you're the party of no ideas.
Yeah.
When you're the party of no policy.
Yeah.
When you're not. When all you are the policy. When all you are is the party of fear.
Yeah.
And money.
Yep.
Then what you sell is the fear. Because you have no plan to help people. All you can do is create the outrage.
They want to sit on every fucking bill they want to, because we can't pass that, because that wouldn't do good for the American people. You know what? How the fuck do you not know what the American people need and what need? Because it's sure you guys are not listening.
Yeah, look at the only thing they push: tax cuts for the wealthy and corporations. Protection for corporations. Nothing for people. And it's really clear what they are.
It is. They're fascists.
And then they'll turn around.
Money hungry.
To me, they want to steer towards authoritarian regime under a fascist system.
Yeah.
They want the wealthy and the rich to get wealthier and richer.
They'll turn around to
stay where they're at.
Well, they'll say, "Oh, that's too much money. We can't pass to have that 1.9 trillion."
They're bitching about that today.
Right.
Indeed.
But it's okay.
Maria Betancourt,
if
the Republican Party is the party of Sharia law in the United States of America. That's true.
Honestly, yeah. I mean,
that is true.
They are.
They don't want to.
It's okay if the top 1% gets their tax break. That's all right. So, it's at our expense.
The other guy's tax break for the wealthy cost this country $2.3 billion.
Yeah.
$2.3
trillion.
I think it was billion.
Trillion? Yeah. That tax.
$2.3 trillion.
The other guy's tax.
$2.3 trillion. Yes, it was.
But now they're screaming about a 1.9
billion of that, and 500 of that was somewhere. We can't ask where it went.
You still don't know. Proprietary information you're not allowed to know. That's bullshit. Yeah. That is bullshit.
That's our tax That's our tax money, motherfuckers.
Indeed. Teresa Diggum, our artist, donated $2 and said, "Jesus did say, judge not, lest you be judged."
You be judged.
Indeed. Yes. I think there's a whole lot of people going to get judged up there at the door, at the gate, Hey, wait a minute here. It says in my book here, you're an asshole.
There's the real John. They don't believe in the Bible. They don't really believe in the Bible. They're the biggest bunch of the unbelievers that there are.
Very few of them that I have met. Very few true Christians in my life. People that I would consider lived an appropriate Christian life, and I was lucky enough to have my mother-in-law be one of them. It was she, and I'm talking Pentecostal. We're talking hands in the air and everything. There wasn't a day my mother-in-law, who sat in a wheelchair the whole time I knew her, did not believe that every day was a blessing, that might be the day that Jesus will let her get up out of that chair, and if not, maybe it'll be tomorrow. But she never criticized anybody. She helped anybody she could, whether they were Christian or not. It didn't matter. I always looked at Marie as she
had a big heart.
Well, yeah, she lived the Christian life.
That's for sure.
She lived the life. She didn't go to church all the time. She's in a wheelchair. She didn't want to bother people, but she had Sunday church. The women's meeting over the house would come by, and everybody.
Yeah.
This is a small town out way in the middle of nowhere.
Shit, my entire Florida family is the same way. Like, I didn't even know that they had believed in that faith until we talked about it, and it blew me away because they were the most loving, caring, and accepting people I've ever met in my life. And that's why I'm always standing stern. It's like, regardless of my religious beliefs, which I don't really go either way. I mean, it's more like I'm open to everything. It's like I have to disagree. It's like, because they can't stand it. Shit, I read one of them posted on social media the other day saying, like, look at this shit. Like, this is horrible. They're using their faith as a tool of raging terrorism amongst other people that live differently, and it breaks their heart because I won't say their name because I want to keep their identity private, but one of them in particular I would say is just as much like Grandma, like reads the Bible, knows it backwards and forwards and all that other shit, is just a genuinely good-hearted person. And, you know, I felt that power when I read that post from her. Like, it's so not fair that they can all be lumped into this. And, you know, I'm sure there's some Republicans out there going, well, you're lumping us all into the same basket. It's like, no, it's not that we're lumping everybody in the same basket.
You're lumping your own selves.
Well, if the shoe fits.
I mean, if the shoe fits, that's the problem here. And another thing before, because again, I'm not going to hog up the line. One thing that really gets to me is, you know, when we're talking about transgender rights, these people love to focus on just the genitalia. It's you know, being transgender is more than just genitalia, right? There is so much more to someone in transition than just genitalia. It's not a sex thing at all. So if anybody's got a problem, it's the people who obsess over something so trivial as this.
And the thing that they're obsessing about is nothing about what truly it is. They're just perverted people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they think about. Yep. They think of the genitalia. They think of the sex. Oh, it's going to be a she wants to be a he or he wants to be a she. It must be about the sex. Really?
Look, this person wants to be non...
You want to slap them.
Yeah.
You know? Just quit that.
And it's like this person wants to be non-binary. Oh, what kind of kinky shit is that? It's like, fuck off, dude.
Slap them. Get the hell out of here. Go read a book. Do something. Evolve. Try to catch up with the rest of them.
Actually, just get out a Yeah, all it takes.
Yeah, just get out. Anyway.
Please read that super chat, by the way.
Need it, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
I do too.
I love it.
Journey Nava. How do I say that? Navaya?
Nave, maybe?
Nave?
I'm sorry we're mispronouncing it.
I'm sorry. Donated $2 and said, I transitioned for titties, not kitties.
A fucking men.
A fucking men. Thank you very much.
A fucking men.
Outstanding comment. That's it. And that's their whole game. Anytime you talk about transgender or LGBTQ period, they think everything is about sex. It is about who you are and who you love. You know, and that is it's a personal thing. What is this up to you? What your neighbor does?
Exactly.
You know,
it's more than just sex, John. It's actually you have feelings and love for that.
Yeah,
it's no different than a straight relationship.
I would so much rather be living next to people too that feel personally good and are sound mental health because they're expressing who they are, rather than repressing who they are and losing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and going ballistic with an AR-15 or something.
You know, I was so proud, and I've already spoken, and Robin has too. When Robin transitioned here lately, not too long ago, and now you think about that. Robin lived her whole life living as a man with that bent up in her, and only later on in life does she decide, this is it. I've had it. This is who I am. I'm sorry, but this is who I am. And lo and behold, she's on MSNBC, baby. And she did a fantastic job.
More power to her.
More power to her. You know, the right mainly consider it a sex thing. That's it. Anything to do with the equal rights or the equality for all, they want to put an asterisk on it.
That goes back to their lack of compassion.
Yes.
They just cannot put themselves in another person's position and try to think it from that position. They just can't.
They don't care. They don't care. And our good friend Johnny Fly donated $2. Thank you, Johnny Fly. It said, equality now, equality forever. It's not only sex. Please. Equality is equality. You know, we are equal. And the religious people know that. I mean, I want to get off the kick, but, you know, anyway. No, I don't want to go there. Anyway.
Go ahead. You can
I just think it's fantastic that after 57 years of fighting to get the LGBTQ community included in the Civil Rights Act, and that's what this will do. The Equality Act will amend the 1964 Civil Rights Act to include those of the LGBTQ community.
Now, John,
the House passed it, and I hope the Senate does the same.
Well, actually,
John,
to throw this out there, this bill was introduced into the House in 2019. Guess what? We had to wait until we have a Senate that has a possibility of passing it. So now it goes to the House. It got a good vote. We got 3 Republicans.
The thing I'm getting tired of is they're always bringing up, the Republican senators. Every time you go in and they have their little meetings like they do. Every time they have those, they're always bitching. Oh, the Democrats did it. That's the thing that really pisses me off. It's like, you guys do the same thing. You guys sit on shit all the time and don't pass crap. And half the time you pass it and don't give a fuck what the Democrats say. So what the hell's the difference?
Empathetic paralysis. I like that.
John,
Jedi Master.
I'm just wondering now, if the Senate would pass it, which I hope to God they do, will this be, they can't go back on it, right? You know how with the executive orders they can do it.
No.
Once the Senate passes, the president signs it, and it's law.
That's
folks.
it. It's law.
It is.
Good.
It requires another law to overturn a law. So once it's in the law, it takes the whole process.
I'm sorry. The way I feel right now with the Senate is like, shove everything down their fucking throat right now, Democrats.
That's what I think.
There's no reason to treat Republicans any different than they've been treating us for who knows how many years.
Raven Hawks.
Yeah, they didn't care.
I am too.
Hey, they didn't care if they blocked us. They
did. They could give a shit.
Right. So now it's our turn.
There's a lot of things that need to be passed. They need to be taken care of. Let's get it passed. Let's take care of the problem. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of Mitch sitting on everything.
Yeah. Well, now look, if y'all ain't noticed, we're deja vu, baby. The Republicans are not gonna give an inch on anything, and they really don't give a shit what it is.
Yeah.
Again, it's not about the issues; it's about the attitude. They don't give a fuck. They're gonna fight against everything Biden is gonna try to do. And when we do have people like Joe Manchin, who is a centrist Democrat, they say. I think he leans a little right sometimes.
He should be Republican.
There's nothing guaranteed, baby. We're gonna have to fight, even with Kamala Harris. Thank goodness we have that in case it's a tie, but we can't guarantee a tie.
And I get tired of hearing, the Republican Party's going to take over the party in 2020 and 22, and it's like, how do you guys figure that? How the fuck do you guys figure that? Because you're pissing off your party. Your party's leaving right and left. I'm sorry.
Well, they keep bragging about Donnie's approval rating within the Republican Party, but the party is shrinking. The party is getting
rating.
smaller.
What is this? Let's see. What did they say it was the other day?
Somebody look it up real quick. Whilst I hit this gong for Gary Spring, who sent down 5 beaver bucks and said, if I could have a superpower, I would make everyone love everyone. Well, hell of a good deal, Gary. Hell of a deal.
Like 90% of Republicans approve of Trump. The problem is only 26% of America is Republican.
There you go.
That's their problem.
That's their problem. They have a shrinking party. They got a high approval rating because the party is being boiled down to, like I said the other day,
party's nothing.
Of white supremacists,
crazy fuckers.
Yes, cucumbers, people that, March 4th is coming. Donnie's going to be inaugurated on March 4th. When you have people that believe that shit, it is difficult to have a society that functions. But the bad part is that lie, the big lie of the steal, is going to be continued to be pushed, and it's going to be used just like the Republicans right now are using it to push voter restriction laws.
I thought about this the other day, John.
What's that, TW?
I thought about this the other day. It's not that we're going to see Donnie get inaugurated on March 4th. I think we're going to see Donnie get hit with all these subpoenas on March 4th.
That could be. Yep.
Oh, I'm waiting. It's one of these. The Q says
it's like, just
March
come
4th.
On and do it. Come on, please, hurry up. I want to see him. I want to see him just fight his ass in court. Come on.
Y'all gotta understand how much I want to see these fuckers go down, because they have taken residency in my state, and they are now They all live here.
Yeah, you have
Florida.
some crazy ass people in your state. Do I really want to do it? No.
But I just want to say something.
I have
about
Ted Cruz.
Okay?
I'm just saying.
DeSantis did the whole flag thing for Rush Limbaugh. Yesterday, and he did. Look, the flag at the Capitol was at half staff, but that's about the only place it was at half staff.
Well, we have Lauren Boebert.
He ordered Tuesday that flag be lowered at half staff at the state capitol in Palm Beach County. Now we all know Mar-a-Lago is in Palm Beach County, but the Palm Beach County people came out and said we are not lowering the flag at half staff, and they didn't. And our agriculture commissioner Nikki Fried, which is the only Democrat with any office in Florida, came out and said that her offices will not be lowering the flag, and and a lot of people. But
they're not lowering it for a guy.
So I don't want people out there thinking that yesterday all of Florida lowered their flag at half staff for Rush Limbaugh, because it didn't happen like that. It was lowered at the Capitol, which is sick, because I had to see a picture of that. But so it's and I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Florida, because we definitely need to get rid of DeSantis, but Trump and the rest of them are down here. They're living here.
I think Florida. When DeSantis is up, I think Florida can put together a Democrat that could run against him. He's got some bad trouble.
I hope hopefully this lady Nikki Fried will run. I hear that Charlie Crist is thinking about running again.
Charlie Crist.
Florida produces a lot of good people too. Bo the Fifth from Florida.
Every state does.
Gentleman that runs the Ring of Fires from
Beto's talking about running for governor.
Oh, I'm telling you, have y'all been seeing him? We see him down here all the time because he's all over Texas again.
That's because he's acting like a senator, and he's not even
like
a senator.
A man of the people. I don't know. He's making all sorts of noise over there. I don't know what he's
acting like. He's acting like a caring human being.
He is, and that's the charm of Beto O'Rourke. He's really like that.
He makes a formal announcement that he's running for governor of Texas. I'm moving my ass down there and working for his campaign.
You know the way, Bill.
I will work for his campaign in a minute.
In a heartbeat.
In a minute.
I'll be hunting his ass if he gets within 100 miles of me. I'm going to be there with my camera and microphone.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to do it again if he does.
That would be your big opportunity, John. That would be your big opportunity to get him in.
The people of Texas deserve a leader. They don't deserve the asshole they have.
He snuck into Robstown.
Right.
He snuck into Robstown and did something and handed out food and stuff and left before I knew he was there. That's where I left. I'm thinking, what? Wow. Where? And he's already gone. He's been all over this state and helping out in every way he
can.
Him
water,
And I'm proud of him. I have been ever since the day I met that man.
And I'm wondering what happened, because I seen David Perdue was talking about running against Warnock, and then about 2 or 3 days later, he's like, "No, I'm not going to do it."
We need to.
We have
Stacey Abrams is well aware of the fact that we have to keep Georgia blue. It's not about turning it blue once. We have to keep it blue. And the same way with Alabama and Texas, both of which are close. And if we get the people out to vote, if we overcome these obstacles that the Republican Party is trying to put forward all across the states, and get the people out to vote, we can flip Alabama and Texas blue. Because it is the natural progression of people to want to take care of our society. How many yachts do those people need up there?
This is what I think that the American people are finally seeing. They're finally seeing a president that is actually doing his job instead of golfing, but then they're watching the Senate going, "Oh, look at these assholes again. See what they're pulling? Let's not let. No. We're not letting them do that. No. Come on. No."
You're going to catch Mary Bentoncourt's chat over.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
I've been following the story, trying to piece together information about it. It is verified.
Oh, Lord, I just seen that. Let me catch up with the two first. Let me get Teresa Diggum, donated $5 and said, "My niece lives in Iceland and my nephew lives in Thailand, and neither wants to come back to America. I can't say I blame them." Thank you, Teresa. Thank you very much. And then Maria Betancourt just donated $2 and let us know that breaking news: CNN, USA airstrikes in Syria. Holy shit! Thank you.
Clarify, it was following attacks on U.S. forces.
Yeah, check that out and see what's.
It was a response, not
a. It was huh?
Yeah, they were talking about like they were going after Iran-backed militias.
Iranian-backed militias.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Iran-backed militias.
That's what, my fear has always been the same thing. War is good for business, baby. Business isn't doing well.
So you think it was the right thing for him to do, John?
I don't know. I have no idea about what the circumstances are. I would like to think right off the hand that if we're having an airstrike against somebody that we have just cause to do so. I feel confident saying that under this administration. Under the last administration, I would not have said that because he would have done and did do things for his own political advantage.
He would have said, "Oh, we're going to bomb the shit out of you, and then you're going to give us $1 billion to help fix your ass."
Yeah. So I don't know what happened. I'm going to rely on Travis to check it out.
Yeah. So like what I was mentioning,
we'll have to keep checking that out.
Yeah. No, like what I was mentioning earlier, I was in there watching with Mom for a second. I went in there to go take care of a few things, and so U.S. launches airstrike against Iranian-backed forces in Syria, and it looks like it was after few rocket attacks or something. I'm trying to figure out why, but I mean, it sounds like we're finally going to start.
Sounds like we're retaliating.
I wonder if they.
Yeah.
I wonder if they shot something toward.
I'm going on MSNBC right now to see.
Yeah, I know that the Biden administration is backing off Saudi Arabia's little thing there in Yemen, which they need to do, which is genocide over in Yemen. That has been going on. Yeah. It's been going on for years, years and years, and the suffering and the death over there is it's heartbreaking, And, until this is again looking to that big picture of the future. The biggest thing we got going on this planet is there's always somebody trying to kill somebody else on this planet. There's always somebody. We always have a war. There's one going on all the time. Doesn't matter. It's never been a peace. And you just wonder just how long can civilization last until it just all dissolves at some point if we don't fix it. Hey, and that's our job anyway.
Uh-huh.
So what do you think? And it was silent.
But right now I'm trying to find that thing for you, John.
I don't know. Anytime weapons are involved, then I get concerned because there's somebody out there on the front line, baby. You don't know them.
Should we go to Fox News just to see what they say it is?
I put the Pentagon statement over in main discussion. If anyone wants to read it.
Okay, if you're on Discord,
For shits and giggles, should we go to Fox to see what they're saying?
Go over there and see what they're saying. I have that temptation. I don't. That's the one place I don't go. I don't go ever.
Yeah, I don't go
I
to
have
Fox
that temptation.
either.
I want to go see what Fox is saying, but really I know it's just bullshit. It's just utterly anti-American, constant bullshit over on that station. And I can't bring myself to even flip over there to.
Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that either.
See Fox News
I would have to kick my own ass,
It is. It's the most anti-American bullshit that you could put on your TV, and it is. It's disgusting. I see this now, but
cracks me up sometimes, John. You and I, despite slight different generation, we're Cold War kids. Most of us here are Cold War kids.
Yes.
And we grew up being taught about the Soviet-style propaganda and how it affected the Soviets, and the East German propaganda and how it affected East Germans. Yet we're being subject to that exact same propaganda today. Yeah. It's like we forgot everything that we learned back during that era.
Yeah, and growing up young in that time, I'm sure a lot of us remember the duck and cover drills that we had to do. It was real shit when my dad was in the Navy during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Holy shit. Talk about tension. We thought we was going to go to war any time, that missiles might come any time. That was, some very, and then the assassination of Kennedy and everything that brought on during that time in my life. It shaped a whole lot of my life.
Well, and it also, it shaped the ground structure for what right-wing media became. And it's one of the reasons I don't mourn the death of Rush Limbaugh, since he helped usher in this era of fake news.
Okay, it says right here, right now, live. It says, new report is Biden is blaming the Saudi crown prince for
oh lordy,
Jamal Khashoggi's murder.
Well, the report's going to come out, and I know Biden called over there, not to the Slice and Dice prince, but to the king, to let him know, hey, we're going to release this report to the public, and
it's being released.
It's not anything we didn't know that Slice and Dice did. Prince,
nice him to finally get around to admitting that.
Slice and Dice. I can't even remember his real name. I call him Slice and Dice so long.
Sade bin Omar.
Ben Salman.
I call him MBS, Mr. Bonesaw.
Yeah, Mr. Bonesaw. Yeah. There's proof. There's video of all sorts of stuff. The Crown Prince owned the two airplanes that delivered the crew to Turkey that had the equipment to cut up Jamal Khashoggi. It's going to come out, and that probably has a lot to do with it. Plus the fact that the Biden administration said we're cutting off any aid and support that you have going on, Saudi Arabia has going on, and Yemen, which Trump had been keeping up for a long time. That is just a total disgrace of what's happening there.
Also looking into what's his name, Kushner's relationship with MBS, because he's investigated.
Mohammed bin Salam. That's who he is. Yeah, Mr. Bones saw. What do you do when it is thrown in your face? And it was
Travis, I sent you a link.
Khashoggi's death. It was thrown in the face of the world. What are you going to do? We know who did it. We know exactly who did it, and we know he ordered it. But we're going to turn a blind eye because we do business with you. The whole relationship with Saudi Arabia, I've always looked at it as one of these days, that's going to come back and bite us on the ass like it has before. And all for the love of money, oil and gas, baby. That's what it's about. Nothing else.
When you see a guy go in, and he doesn't come back out, you figure something's wrong.
Yeah, he came out, but in pieces. In a suitcase.
Yeah.
Hey, Travis, I sent you a link on your DM.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up right now. The internet's going a little slow. I am reading here on Twitter here. Yeah, President Joe Biden orders an airstrike against Iran-backed militia in Syria following rocket attacks against U.S. forces in Iraq.
Yeah,
there you go.
Retaliation.
Yeah. There you go. Well, then they deserved it.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't mean we're going to go to war over. We're just going to show them that.
It's a dangerous place over in the Middle East. It would not take much.
Did you see who's going to work for the Saudis now?
Oh, pray tell who?
Kushner?
Jared Kushner.
Mnuchin.
Steve Mnuchin?
Kidding me?
Really?
Yes.
Well, Steve, he can smell money. Mnuchin, he can see, and his wife, she loves to touch it and feel it and rub it all over her body and stuff, I understand.
He's going into the investment business with MBS himself.
Oh, boy, howdy shit.
We better not piss him off, He'll be the next person they see.
Are you shitting me? It doesn't take much to see the corruption.
That's who they are.
Does it? Yes, that's who they are. It is.
Money.
It is. That's... Yeah.
There's the next person you won't see forever because
that's how come we have such a dilemma in the Middle East.
Come here.
Is our association with Saudi Arabia?
Kushner has a pretty interesting relationship with the Crown Prince too. We'll see what comes up with that.
Yes. Jared Kushner does. He's very close to MBS.
He likes MBS.
Yeah, he does. He bailed him out. Making money.
Oh, I'm sure they have enough deals going on behind the scenes that we don't know about.
much more, my friend, than what we'll ever know. We hope.
Well, I think they'll find out.
I think in time they will. In
He's
time
got
they
two
will.
investigations coming out of New York on him too, so we'll see.
Bring them on.
Yeah, I heard. Not only are they going to go after Donnie, they're going to probably go after the entire Trump clan because they're going to find out about all of this.
There's already questions. Yeah.
Well, why Ivanka got money, and then why is Eric getting money, and why is Donnie Jr. getting money?
Why are you getting paid as a consultant for the company you work for?
Yep.
That's the basic question. I think it's like $750,000 that Ivanka was paid as consulting fees for the corporation that she works for. So what are you doing? Getting a salary and
that didn't seem a little right, does it?
It seems like you're kind of double dipping there and just trying to hide money. And that's what it's going to be about, because the way they move their money around. Don Jr. was just deposed by the District of Columbia, D.C. prosecutors on the inauguration funds. So there's an open investigation into how they used the money that was donated for the inauguration back in 20.
Trump's name is going to be worth shit.
He's already taken a hit on his properties.
I give it another year, and I guarantee, watch, we're not going to hear of Trump anymore. We're going to hear, he's going to all these things because he's going to be subpoenaed up the ass.
Well, he's as Trump style, he will tie everything up in court for as long.
He better hope he lives a long time.
But he doesn't have the power of the presidency for one anymore. And to boot, he's got a prosecution, no matter where it is, whether it be in New York, Georgia, anywhere, that are motivated.
They can come pick him up. They don't have to sit there and say no. We don't have. We
slap
can't.
The shit out of him. To put him in, he has caused so much hate and discontent. You take Georgia. The charges stemming out of Georgia are from the Republicans. He tried to intimidate Republicans, so the Republicans thought, we're going to charge you with this shit.
I'm sorry. Everybody says, well, he went down to Florida. It's like, he might not be able to get X, but they're going to. It's not like they can't just go down and pick him up, and they said, but he was a president. I said, that didn't stop him from suing Bill Clinton.
When it comes to federal charges, there's no extradition anything with Florida. The feds can go arrest your ass right there in Florida or in Mississippi or Montana or Alaska or wherever the fuck you live. They're the federal authorities. They can come get your ass anywhere. He's not hiding in Florida because of the extradition shit. He's hiding from Florida because he can't go back to New York. They hate his ass.
Yeah, they hate his ass. They don't want him there.
They don't want him there. It's very obvious.
I never laughed so hard in my life when they and he even said that they lived there at one time. They used to live in Trump Tower. It was Alec Baldwin and his wife, his second wife. And they said, the reason we don't live there anymore is because the guy is an asshole.
Well, there you
go. Right now, they said he's sitting up in his tower. He's got power. That was during that hurricane. The Baldwins actually went to there because they felt bad, for everybody in their building, and bought generators for that building so people could charge their cell phone. They could make something for, they could use a microwave and make their kids something to eat, because they didn't have anything there.
Yeah. Well, I was just noticing in the chat that Costco just raised their employees to $16 an hour.
Costco's fairly progressive.
Costco. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, well,
John,
they also gave.
When you get a chance.
What's that?
I'm not from a state that does this for their power grid, but I've been trying to follow the story on these Texas power bills that you guys get charged with.
I'm waiting on mine. TikTok.
Why is it fluctuating like that? Why does it fluctuate like that?
It's a good old, capitalistic system of supply and demand. There was a huge demand for power and a small supply of gas. Natural gas was restricted to flow. Anytime the supply is low and the demand is high, the price of the product can go up. It went from $50.
I also heard, if not
cubic feet or 1,000 cubic feet. Go ahead.
heard that nobody else could sell them power because they're on their own grid.
Texas has its own grid. It's the only state in the union that has its own grid.
But there was companies. I mean, my sister lives in North Dakota. They were telling them, well, you're going to have some things because we're selling all our thing down to North Dakota or down to Texas, and they're like,
good price.
My sister goes, how the hell can they do that? Because they're on their own grid.
Yeah. Well, for one, Texas has its own grid for only one reason: greed. Texas wanted it that way. That way, Texas does not have to apply the federal regulations. We are a state-owned grid. We don't have to follow federal regulations and rules. And,
so there's no regulations for natural disasters and things like that. That's why that they're able to do that. Okay, I'm following.
There you go. See, so it's all to make more profit instead of having to maintain the equipment and winterize it like they weatherize it like they should have been when they were told in 1998 again in 2011.
When something breaks, you guys get screwed.
Yeah, well, we get screwed.
Yeah, it's like.
But see, again, it's a ripple effect. If the price of natural gas goes up because of this event, it goes up everywhere. So if you live in North Dakota and the price of natural gas goes up because of the Texas thing, well, you're going to pay the same thing.
Well, and we have federal regulations to prevent price gouging, but if Texas
there you go, federal, see, we don't have that down here because we have.
Then they can go ahead and price gouge, and
that's it.
Stop it.
Yeah.
See, I actually live in a state that makes enough natural gas that they're usually selling enough to you guys. So.
Well, natural gas was still running up in North Dakota or anywhere else. It's not. It's the fact that Texas did not weatherize these natural gas pipelines in the power stations and everything. And while my Governor Greg Abbott goes on Fox News and over there and blames it on windmills, Lord have mercy again. Slap him. It's a disgrace. He is a disgrace. While we're all talking about Ted Cruz, I keep reminding people that my governor went on Fox News bullshit and tried to blame it all on windmills. Really? You lying little sack of shit.
John, who was your best governor? Who did you
Ann
really...
Richards. Ann Richards. You got to remember, we had Rick Perry. Rick Perry, the guy we make fun of nowadays for everything. Yes, we have a habit of electing dicks for governors down here ever since Ann left. And before that we had W. Bush. Yeah, for 3 decades we've been putting up with this ridiculous bullshit of our politicians here in Texas just being flat out criminals as far as I'm concerned. Look at our governor, our attorney general. Look at our senator. They're an embarrassment to my state. Are you shitting me? Mm-hmm. This is ridiculous.
But one of them got to go to Cancun, John.
Yeah, one of them got to go. Well, he only meant to do that for one night. He was only taking the girls down there, being a good dad. And I thought, well, as soon as I got on the plane, I started thinking, oh, Lord, I can't leave Texas at a time like this. I can't do it. I'm going to have to get off the plane. And it's like, slap you shitting ass.
A year and 9 months from now, you might have Governor O'Rourke.
I am hopeful of that. I really am.
That would
I'm
be
just
a sight
waiting on
for
it.
sore eyes, wouldn't it?
I have a feeling he's going to do it. Beto, he's not one to give up.
I think he's going to jump in. I think he's going to do it.
I think so, too. And you know what the right's going to come at with him. Well, it's our guns. He's going to come to get your guns. He already told you, look at here, we're going to give you that in a commercial here. I'm going to come get your gun. I don't really give a shit if he comes and takes your AR-15. What you got one for anyway? Oh, that's right.
Hunting.
You got to be prepared for the, I don't know. I don't know. Go join the fucking army. They'll give you one, baby. Point people to you. Don't sit around. I always say, that we don't have a problem with guns. We have a problem with the love affair with fucking guns, because they all watch Rambo and they think, oh, that's what it is. That's what I want. I want an AR-15. I want that one. I want to get me a vest. I want a helmet. I want goggles too. I want to look the part. Motherfucker, join the military. Join the fucking military.
Yeah, if you want to be that badass, join the military.
That badass. Go do it.
If you can prove that you do it. Fine.
It's a continual push on the Second Amendment to see what the fuck they can get away with. If they were allowed to have machine guns or bazookas or fucking tanks, they would eat it up in a heartbeat. as
do you imagine if the people, you know, like I know that people actually can't have tanks, but you imagine if people actually said, "Oh yeah, you can make a tank now or have a tank," people be building them like crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know, if build one anyway. I seen a guy build one out of a goddamn bulldozer.
They got them over to the United Kingdom. You can have tanks and drive them around and fire them off. But no, you don't want to let that happen over here.
We don't need that shit. You know, we got enough. You know, but that it is.
We got enough craziness.
I'm a gun owner myself, but you know, you're not going to find me outside running off there. You know, 30, 40, 50 rounds just to prove to everybody I got a fucking gun. Bullshit. I could use that round later on.
If you got to hunt with a tank, there ain't nothing going to be left of that moose or bull, elk, or anything. You know, there ain't going. It's just going to be. Where the hell the hordes go? Nowhere.
I worry about people like that. They want to go join a militia, and as I always say, those people in militias, they're not practicing to fight the Russians or the Chinese that's coming over the hill.
No.
That's not who they're practicing for. They're practicing for their fellow citizens, and that's sad. And it's difficult to rationalize the word patriotism into any of that kind of bullshit. It's an evil gang trying to get together and figure out how they want the world to be, and then when shit hits the fan, they can run out and go kill somebody. It's a sick fucking group of people. It's the same kind of sickness that we talked about just a minute ago when you're talking about LGBTQ rights, and they immediately go to the nastiest shit that they can think of. We look at it in different ways, and I can't help that they have a sick fucking mind. But what do? You know, it's America. Believe in any of that shit you want to.
Yeah, you can be a cucumber salad, like the one we have in the White House.
You bet. You can be Marjorie Taylor Greene. She got elected by the people in her district. You have to remember that the people in, I think it's District 14 in Georgia, elected her. And if you go back and look at her commercials, which I remember seeing her commercials before the election, all of her elections, her commercials were, look at me, I have an AR-15 and I'm going to shoot everything that fucking moves. Basically,
hers was pretty similar to Laura and Bobart.
Yeah, look at me, I got a gun. It's all about the gun. It's not, you know, there's more to legislation for your state than the Second Amendment. There are many fucking issues facing our lawmakers at any time. But some of them, like Marjorie Taylor Greene and that one out in Colorado, Bobart, whatever her name is, they were elected on one thing. Guns, baby. Them Democrats, they're going to come get your guns. Every one of them, they're going to come to your house and take every one of them out your house. They've been preaching that same freaking shit for 25 years. Has it ever happened? No. But again, it's what the Republican Party sells. It's the only thing they got.
It was actually funny what our governor finally, I guess she went and had a meeting with our governor.
Yeah.
And she told her governor, she goes, well, I can do anything I want. And he goes, well, you step in my building with any kind of gun, I'm going to arrest you on the spot.
Mm-hmm. You know, I worry about people who feel like they have to have a weapon on them all the time. That's
you should hear my friends in Northern Idaho crying about this still. It just gives me despair. I've tried to explain to them 1,000 times. No one's coming after your guns.
Nobody's going to come get your guns.
More fear that
nobody
they're
wants
selling.
Your guns. You can sleep with your guns. You can go stick your little pecker in there. I don't really care. It's what you do between you and your gun is your business. You know, just sort of like the sex thing. It's not my business. You can do whatever the hell you want. But when your rights infringe on mine,
you can marry your gun. I don't care.
I don't give a shit. It is. If you don't realize that we have a problem with weapons in this country, then you are being blind to the truth.
There are two things I don't want you to whip out in front of me. Guess which two?
Yeah, your gun or your dick. I'm going to smack you for either one.
Yeah.
You know, just don't do that shit. Just why? You know, I do. I know people that carry all the time. I don't give a fuck if they're washing their car. They got their fucking gun hooked to their belt. Yeah, I'm expecting a terrorist come down the street any minute now. No, you're just want to look like a badass to all the people around you.
You're washing your car and you're expecting somebody to just draw down on you. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Hey, John. I'm gonna go ahead and dip out of here for tonight. I'm not gonna go in the blue room. I got something coming up, and I just wanted to get in here for the night. But it's coming up on 8 o'clock, and I got something I gotta take care of. So I'm gonna dip out of here, And I want you all to have a good night. And thanks for letting me in the room. And,
SC, we always appreciate you. We always appreciate any time you come by and visit. You know.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Take care.
And like I said, you all take care. Well, yeah, I'm gonna watch a live concert that's coming on YouTube.
So, have fun, man.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Let me ask, who's playing?
Who's playing?
It's the Black Crowes celebrating the 30th anniversary of their debut.
Oh, cool.
So
outstanding.
Yeah. So
outstanding.
Yeah. Well, they were supposed to do this all live in front of people, but then COVID happened. So.
Yeah.
So anyway,
pandemic.
They're
good to see them taking advantage of how they can do it without that.
There you go.
Yeah, true. So well, they're my all-time favorite band. So this is 30 years in the making. So I got to watch it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go for tonight, and I will talk to y'all later.
All right.
Thank you.
SC, take care of yourself, brother.
All right, will do.
All right. SC Smith out of Tallahassee, Florida. We always enjoy it when he comes by and visits, as we do everybody that comes by and visits. Anyway, I guess it's about time for us to wrap up anyway. Travis just rolled the names I've seen in front of me. So,
yes, indeed.
Anyway, I guess that's my cue. I want to thank everybody for coming by tonight. The conversation tonight was great. I enjoyed it. I was glad to see the Equality Act pass in Congress today, and it stimulated a lot of conversation. And it's the conversation that this country has to have. We need to. I was laughing at somebody in the chat. Y'all figure out which one it was. Anyway, it does. This conversation continues because there is still a fight for equality. It is 2021, baby. We should have done this over a long time ago, but here we are. And whether it be equality or the COVID relief package, the legislation that's being passed around for voter discrimination. These are issues that are going to consume us for the next long time. And it's issues that we need to pay attention to and be involved in. 2022 is coming around the corner. We can already see what the Republicans are going to try to do, so we need to stay strong and stay involved. It's the biggest thing that you can do. And it just makes us a better citizen when we're involved in our own democracy. But
I got to ask, John, were you laughing at what Linda Beeler said?
I didn't. Now I got to go back and look. Wait. Oh,
she was saying that things whipping out were inversely proportional to each other?
Yeah, that was,
Okay.
Don't be whipping that shit out here around anybody who don't want to see that stuff anyway. Ed Beatty Jr., good night. I appreciate you being here. Garth Vaughn, Jedi Master Engineer, thank you so much for being here. Dwayne Dwizzle, BW, Big Johnson, Dizzy Duke, and Dolores Grant. I appreciate Carrie Thompson up there. Judy, how you doing, darling? We appreciate all of you coming by. A. Daniels, thank you. Dolores Grant, good night, baby. All of this family, it grows all the time, and it's only because of the love we share around here, so keep sharing that shit. Anyway, Bill Jones, thank you for being here, brother.
No worries. Always a pleasure, my man. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Come back anytime you want, Bill. We appreciate it. And David.
No worries.
David out in California. The fight going, brother.
Yes, sir. Will do, sir.
Every day. Glad you're here. Your voice is always appreciated here. Anyway. And Johnny Fly up in Pennsylvania, brother. I'm glad you stopped in tonight. So
I'm glad you had me.
There you go. Well, we usually let you slide in here one way or the other.
Yeah, you always crack the
door. But I wanted your look on the passing of that act. So, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, well,
thank
I'm
you
very
for doing
pleased.
that.
Let's hope it goes through this.
I think it will, my friend. I think it will. And anyway, we're going to keep a track on it. We'll know, and we'll be just talking about it right here. Anyway, Johnny Fly, thank you for coming. And TW, take care of Mork for us, brother, out there in Colorado. We appreciate you all the time.
Yeah.
Y'all take care of yourself out there.
Hanging out here.
Hanging out. That's what I do. Yeah, hanging out here. That's what I do. What do y'all do? Hanging out at where
I'm be ready for it tomorrow, John. I'm ready for a Beer and Bud Friday.
It is indeed Beer and Bud Friday tomorrow. So
well, I'm ready
I will try to be prepared tomorrow with the
Friday.
proper accessories to enjoy a good Beer and Bud Friday. So we'll see you then. For the rest of all our Blue Dot family member in YouTube, Facebook, on Periscope, thank you so much for being here. Indeed, tomorrow's Beer and Bud Friday, so put the beer on the ice, put the bud in the bowl. We'll get ready for that, and then we'll slide into a weekend. And our next live show will be on Sunday night, as usual. So until then, y'all have a good night. Y'all say good night to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. We love you, and we'll see you again on Sunday. Y'all take care.